The doors to the Viridian Tea House are open once more. Hello everyone and Happy New Year. I've got some really cool books to talk about, also some tea, so if you're ready, let's do this. But before I begin, I do want to give a shout out to Hello Skip. They are all about small business grants. And this past Friday, I was the recipient of one of them. So I'm very, very honored and touched that I was chosen. And it's a great company to work with, and I will also put their link in the video. So if you're a small business owner too and you're looking to apply for grants, hello Skip. Seriously, they really are a cool bunch of people. So many shout outs to Ryder and his team. Thank you so much. Right, so the two books that I'm going to review today are all about witchy women. And the first one is Barbara Michaels, The Dancing Floor. So I'd actually heard about Barbara Michaels, also known as Elizabeth Peters, also known as, Elizabeth Peters and Barbara Michaels. So Elizabeth Peters, she writes Egyptology mysteries. Barbara Michaels, she wrote under like Gothic kind of thrillers. This one was a page turner for me. And it does receive, and I actually have new cards this year, if I can get it. 4 pots of tea for very, very good reading. Really, really enjoyed it. The only thing that, well, you know what? Before I go into my critique, let me just read the back of it for you. In the heart of the English countryside lies an ancient secret. For years, Heather Tradescant, hope I'm pronouncing that right, I always say that, had dreamed of the journey she and her father would take to England, a pilgrimage to the great gardens of history. Now that her father is dead, Heather is determined to fulfill his dreams. Unfortunately, her request to see the fabled 17th century garden of Troyton House is denied by the owner. Though unwelcome, she braves the wall of briars and reaches the Victorian manor house beyond. She senses a stray miasma of evil lurking, tainting the manor's peaceful beauty. Only then does Heather begin to wonder whether it is only stories of long-vanished witchcraft that haunt Troyton House, or whether there is some more modern horror nearer at hand and far, far more dangerous. So, like I said, this was a page turner. I devoured it. The only critique I had, and the reason why it only receives 4 pots of tea, is because I didn't feel like there was enough supernatural. Like there was just enough to whet your appetite, but I was expecting like the pages to drip with supernatural, and I just didn't get it. But other than that, I cared about the characters, whether I liked them or I didn't, and I loved the story, and I kept turning the pages because, one, the story engrossed me, and I wanted to know what was going to happen. What was this great mystery? And the mystery was pretty much solved, but like I said, not enough supernatural for me. So, but excellent, excellent book, and I cannot wait to read more of Barbara Michaels' work. And I think I did do a review of one of Elizabeth Peters that was the first book in the Egyptology murder mystery. And so I am going to be getting a tablet soon. And I did not realize I had thousands and thousands of ebooks in my disposal. So I think I have like the first 6 or 7 coming on my tablet. So I'm just so excited. Can't wait to get back into that series. And also with Barbara Michaels and her Gothic thriller, looking forward to reading more of the works under her name. So I think Barbara Michaels has passed, but to the spirit of Barbara Michaels, thank you so much for these wonderful books. And better late than never, honestly. Just really happy about that. And now moving to the second book. So I do want to say that I actually met the author at an event last year, and we kind of connected. I thought she was really cool, and she had several books on her table, and I chose one in particular, and I read it overnight, but it really is a cannot put it down one day read. And this is Sisters of the Crimson Vine by P.L. McMillan. So let me read the back of it for you. John Ainsworth nearly died in that car crash. Soon he'll learn there are worse fates. After a brutal accident, John wakes up in the dilapidated Cremoria convent under the care of 13 unconventional nuns. Grievous injuries trap him within the borders of the ruined sanctuary and its strangely successful vineyard. When his body starts healing faster than nature allows, John's questions quickly pile up. A pair of church auditors arrive to look into the convent's finances. It's obvious the pair are unwelcome guests, but John has bigger concerns. The order's annual ritual draws near, and John begins to discover things that make him wonder if any of them are truly safe in the hands of the Sisters of the Crimson Vine. And about the author, let's see, here we go. P.L. McMillan is a writer whose works have been known to cause rifts in time and space itself. Well, not quite, but writing often makes her feel that powerful. With a passion for cosmic horror and sci-fi horror, P.L. McMillan sees every shadow as an entryway to a deeper look into the black heart of the world, meant to be discovered and explored. Infatuated with the works of Shirley Jackson, H.P. Lovecraft, and Ridley Scott, her dream is to create stories of adventure, of chills, of heartbreak, and thrills. P.L. McMillan lives in Colorado with her large selection of teas, her husband, and her 2 chinchillas, Sherlock and Spuds, all under the supervision of their black cat overlords, Poe and Zurg. You can find her on her website or on Twitter, and I will put her website on this video. But let me just say, this is a novella. That doesn't mean anything. This was one hell of a story. I loved how I felt the cold hands slowly approaching my neck, but I didn't want to go anywhere. I didn't want to run screaming into the night. I welcomed those cold hands. I really, really did. Excellent story. It drew me in from page 1, and even at the ending, I read it twice. Not because I was confused, but because things could have gone really, really bad. And they did go really, really bad, but it ended on a more than satisfactory note. I love the sisters. I love how they make the wine. I loved every inch of this book. And you know, I used to read a lot of horror when I was younger. Not so much now. It's kind of taken the place. Now murder mysteries have taken the place of horror, but I still like a good story that literally sinks its teeth into me, doesn't let go. And then when it's all over, the monster just kind of stops biting me and says, you know, no hard feelings, you know, had to do it, I get a paycheck. It's like, no, don't worry about it. It's all good. I appreciate these marks. I will wear these like a badge of honor. But yes, I loved every aspect of this book. And if you are looking for new horror authors, or you're looking for a story that you will literally devour in one day, Sisters of the Crimson Vine is the book to purchase. And I started reading it, it was actually New Year's Eve, and finished it New Year's Day. And I just thought, wow, it was the perfect length. I didn't want it to be any more, didn't want to go into all these long backstories or anything like that. P.L. McMillan is a master of words. She pulls you in, gets you situated, scares the hell out of you, lets you go, and goes off to the next person. But it is perfectly, expertly done. So Sisters of the Crimson Vine does receive 5 pots of tea. This was an excellent read. And if you are watching this, I just want to say thank you so much. It was a pleasure meeting you. And actually, because of this book, I created a horror blend. And it's not going to come out for quite so, well, it might come out later this month or maybe February, but it was this book that made me take the plunge to do a horror themed tea blend. So many thanks to P.L. McMillan, many thanks to the publisher Timber Ghost Press. This You've got to read it. You really have got to read it. I cannot talk any more about it than I already have. So thank you very much for that. All right, so for the tea portion, this is a favorite because every time I have it in stock, I'm really surprised I still have bags because it always goes out of stock. And this is the Spider Witch blend by my company, Viridian Tea Company. And this was inspired by the works of the amazing, infamous, prolific author, Jen Mulvihill, author of the books The Lost Daughter of Asa, the sequel, Return to Asa, and her series that is just phenomenal, The Boxcar Baby, that's book number 1. This is the Steel Root series, by the way. The second book is called Crossings, and the third book is called Rails West. And I do know that she is done with the final book, and apparently it's so big that it's now 2 books. So I know as soon as they come out, published by 7 Star Press, I will be ordering my copies, devouring them, and reviewing them right here in Viridian Tea House. So yes, Spider Witch Tea Blend is a black tea with hawthorn berries and anise seeds. So the thing is, I'm not a licorice fan. I'm not a licorice fan at all. But this works. I will drink this tea. And the Spider Witch is the evil character in the Asa novels. Something spicy, seductive, and dark that fits the evil character to a T. So from me to you, a cup of Spider Witch tea blend. I get that earthiness of the black tea, the Assam, and then the slight blending of the hawthorn berries and the anise seeds. And my mouth feels clean. This is a nice, earthy, kind of dark blend to enjoy. You know, it's winter time, and this is perfect to go with the weather. But it's mild enough to where you're not, if you're like me and you're not into licorice, you're not going to gag on this. And yeah, I made it, so I'm being a little bit biased, but this is a perfect combination of these 3 ingredients. And I'm also getting a hint of sweetness from the hawthorn berry. So if you want to add sugar or any kind of sweetener, you can do that. But honestly, you don't need it with the Spider Witch tea blend. And I think I should have sampler sizes and regular sizes of this blend located on my website, viridianteacompany.com. In terms of the books, I no longer have any copies of The Lost Daughter of Asa, but I do have copies of Return to Asa. So I'm not sure if Jen has copies of Lost Daughter of Asa anymore or not. But if you already have read the first book and you need the sequel, I do have the sequel in my shop. So check it out. And then also check out her Steel Root series because they are phenomenal. It is steampunk, alternative history, hobos, orphans, trains, action-packed. What else? Ogres, I think. Ogres or goblins, I can't remember. But yeah, this is a series that when you start, you're going to look up and realize that it's the next day and you got to have the second book or the third book. And yeah, oh yeah, Jen is just that amazing. All right, so before I wrap it up and send you back to your corners of the world, let's do a water and tea meditation. So make sure you have a glass of water or a cup of your favorite tea nearby. Find yourself in a comfortable position in a place where you'll not be disturbed. We're just going to focus on our breathing. That's all. If you find yourself getting caught up in thoughts, it's perfectly normal. You just pause the thought like you're pausing on your TV. Tell yourself silently thinking, allow the thought to go on, and just return to your breath. You know, I say this all the time. I've been meditating for years and I still get caught up on grocery lists and, oh, I forgot to do laundry and what should I make for dinner tonight and all that kind of stuff. But we all have frantic, busy lives. And this is just a way to take a pause and just breathe. Let's begin. And now let's end this breathing meditation with a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Slowly open your eyes or allow your eyes to come back into focus. And now let's have a sip of water or tea. Quite delicious. So that's all I have for today. Many thanks to Barbara Michaels and P.L. McMillan for their incredible books about witchy women, to the good folks at Viridian Tea Company for the Spider Witch Tea Blend, to one of my best friends and one hell of an author, J.L. Mulvihill. Check out her books. If you have not read her books, go buy them right now. I will put the links in the video so you can go ahead and order these books. But as always, many thanks to y'all for watching these videos. I truly do appreciate it. So until next time, take care of yourself and each other. Raise your teacup high. And remember that to drink tea is to enjoy life. I will see y'all really soon. Bye for now.